Okay, I just hit record, which means I'm going to get started. We may have a few more join us or not. We'll see. Some watch the videos after. That's why I record these. Um, First of all, just to officially start out, now that's recording, it's probably not a secret that starting Wednesday, the high school is going to go all virtual for 3 weeks, and high school sports and that are on hold for 3 weeks. The Harper Creek School Board will meet Tuesday evening and will make whatever decisions they want to make. They may, right now, the state's not requiring this for middle schools or elementary, but of course, every school district considers their own situation as things change. So we will see what they decide tomorrow night. But at minimum, the high school will be all virtual starting Wednesday. Now, I'm hoping to get permission. So I plan to come in here anyway and work, not every day maybe, but, at least a couple days a week. So I'm hoping to get permission so students can come in and get help. Or I'd like to keep HCTV going. And so we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now and talk about our lessons and stuff. So I'm kicking off now. We're already in week 12. Time flies. And let's take a look here what's going on. First, I'm going to back up here just a little bit. Hopefully, all this is done for you and you have it done, but just to clarify a couple of things. Now, I'm using the one from, let's see, this is my fourth block. I'll switch it over to the first block virtual class because sometimes the assignments in there slightly different order from class to class. I try to make it consistent, but sometimes I'll make a move in one class and forget to do it in another. They're the same assignments with the same due dates, just the order they appear here sometimes is a little bit different. But I'll go back to last week. Last week, we wrapped up the personal PowerPoint had been due, and this is where you submit that. That's the one that you make about yourself. Now, that's for the online people. If you are hybrid and you were in class and you presented, and I have a copy of your PowerPoint on my school laptop because you had a copy of there to present, you do not have to submit it here. Okay, if you do submit it, they're fine. But I also have a copy on my computer. If you don't submit it here, no big deal as long as I have a copy on my computer. If you're not a hybrid student, or if you are a hybrid student that have been quarantined or something and never presented, then submit it here because then I don't have it, so I need to check it someplace. We had a couple of videos last week about presentations and public speaking. I'm not going to review those again. The presentation itself, this is just to clarify between all my classes. If you were in class and did a live presentation and you copied your PowerPoint to my school computer, which you had to do to give the presentation, you do not have to submit you're not making the project that the virtual people are making here. But you can submit your presentation notes. The people in person had to write down the other people presenting and some facts about them. So if you did an electronic version of that, you can submit that here. Okay, and if you did a paper version in class, which I told you you could do, you can just submit it to me that way. Okay, now for the virtual people or the people that were gone because they're quarantined or something, this is an assignment. So because you're not in class and you can't present to the class in person, you're going to do something very similar but a little different. There's a tutorial here. Look how long that is, 6 minutes. It's nothing. It shows you how you can record your PowerPoint. So you literally are clicking through your slides and giving commentary while recording it into a video. And that's all part of PowerPoint. Okay. Then when you're done doing the little recording, you export it or save it as a, it'll save as an MP4 file. Then to submit it here, you have to put it on YouTube first. We did that before. I also included a little tutorial there on how to upload your video to YouTube. Use your school account. Everyone has an account on YouTube through their school Google account. YouTube is a Google product. It's very, very easy to do once you kind of like uploading it to here, except you're going to go to YouTube first. Once you have it in YouTube and you're able to open it up in YouTube, then copy over the link of your YouTube video for your presentation and then submit that here. So you're going to submit your YouTube link so I can click it and watch it on YouTube. And that will be your will be your PowerPoint video. I started saying Harper Creek, I meant PowerPoint. Okay, so one way or the other you're presenting. You're either presenting live in person, which we're still doing some presentations for some of the classes, or you're doing the video. Now, what if you are in the hybrid classes, you're in Team C, and you're not back for 3 weeks? What do? And you haven't presented yet. If you haven't presented yet and you're in Team C and we're planning to present this week, you got 2 options. One option is just do the one that's on here where you make the video. Okay, it's not hard to do. Put it on YouTube, submit the link, you're done. The other option, if you really want to present live in person, is shoot me an email or a text message and tell me, Mr. Rio, I haven't presented yet. I want to present. What do I do? And we will discuss it privately. I may need to see your PowerPoint only because I don't know when we'll be back or if we'll be back this semester, because it could get extended. So I'm not saying for sure you don't have to make the video, but that'd probably be your best option because there's a good chance they'll keep extending it and we may or may not be back in person. But if we ever did come back in person, I would like to finish up those presentations if possible. And if you already made the video, no big deal. We'll count that for your presentation. Okay, this week, what do we do this week? We're starting 2 new things this week. We're starting internet and web. So you're going to hear me talk a lot about the internet and the web, and we're starting Excel. Now, Excel, we got 2 lessons up here. I call it Excel Week 1, Assignment 1, Excel Week 2, Week 1, Assignment 2. So you do the Week 1 first, obviously. Excel is a spreadsheet program, which is used a lot, especially in business, for making all kinds of documents that involve text and numbers and formulas. Now, why would a document have a formula? Well, let's say it's your job at a business to keep track of the payroll. So you want to have employee names, you want to have the hours they work that week, and you want to have how much they make per hour, and then you want to calculate that. If they worked 40 hours and made $10 an hour, then they get $400. Is it $400? That sounds about right. And if they work 40 hours and make $20 an hour, then they made $800. Okay, so that's something can easily be done in a spreadsheet. Let's say you want to make a budget like you're going to do in this first assignment. You'll see how nice it is for making a budget. And you're going to be learning about formulas and functions. A function is a special type of formula. Formulas are, well, you'll see it in the lesson. You can multiply, add, divide, subtract. And when we make a formula, we have to have at least 1 cell reference. So at least part of the formula is going to be a cell. What is a cell? A cell is the intersection of a row and a column. So the rows are going to be in numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the columns are going to be in. I should open. Well, I don't know if I can open this up. Let me try it. I'm going to see if I can open up Excel on here. Oh, I know I can open up Excel on the web, which I should have mentioned that first. You can use the web version of Excel. You know how I always told you guys not to use the web version of this stuff? Well, let me purposely go find the web version. How do you do that? I forget. Some of you know. If you go to just the website for the Office 365 login, you can do a search for office.com or Office 365 login, and you click on it. And mine all automatically went all the way through because I've already logged in. But if you haven't been logged in, you can log in. Of course, once you're logged in, this is the online Office 365. You could click Install Office and go through that. If you're on a computer, it does not have the full version, like a personal computer. But on your school computers, which a lot of you are using, you can go open up Excel, go to your applications and find Excel and open it and use the full version. But I did the lessons and tutorials for this off of the online version. So I'm going to purposely click the online version right now and open up a blank one. Because for what we're doing in Excel, the online version's okay. In other words, the first of all, it looks fairly similar to the regular version. Okay, so it's got a lot of features in it already. So this is Excel, and this is called, we often call these a spreadsheet. If you want to get real technical, Excel calls these a worksheet. So whether you call it a worksheet or a spreadsheet, same thing. When you first open up this document, this is called a workbook. That's why the default name is going to be something book. A workbook has multiple worksheets or spreadsheets. Right now we have one sheet. It's down here. It says sheet 1. Okay, you can double click that. And because the first assignment is budget, you can just call it budget, would be fine, and hit OK. So there I have my first sheet. Now I can make more sheets by clicking here. So I just made another sheet. So now I'm on sheet 1. I'm going to click back on budget, even though there's nothing on either one, so you can't really tell them apart. Do this here. Now, I believe we start here. You're going to put your name, not my name. So just to remind you about that. Actually, I'm not going to put monthly budget. I'll just put budget. Okay, hit return. So what I just did was I clicked in B3. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Let me slide this over. This is B3. We're in column B. Well, actually, 3 is where I typed. Now, even though it's spilled over into C, everything I typed is actually in 3. So if I need to edit this, I can't click over here and edit it. That'll do nothing. I have to go over here to edit it. I can double click, highlight it. Maybe I want to make it bold or something. I can do that. Right now, it's not letting me make it bold for some reason. If I click that and do that, that may have done it. Okay, so that's where you put your name. Actually, they don't put your name like I wrote here, but and you're going to make a budget. Now, I'm not going to do the whole lesson here. That's in the tutorial, but I wanted to show you. These are rows. These are columns. It's called a cell reference. Like if I click there, that's B5. If I click here, that's C6. If I click there, that's D7. Okay, and then up here between the rows, notice when you put your cursor between like C and D, you can slide it like that. You can go either direction. So you can make your row, these are columns. Make your columns narrower or wider as needed. And same with the rows. You can do the same thing there. Okay, so when they'll make more sense as you start using this. Then one of the things you're going to be doing is making formulas. And that's in the tutorial, so I'm not going to do the whole tutorial again here. But you're going to be putting a bunch of information in here. You're going to be putting in some formulas and functions. Functions are a special type of formula. They're up here. This looks like I call it the Greek letter E. There's a pull-down menu. The sum function adds up cells. So if you got 2 or more cells you want to add together, or you can, that's usually what you use that for. The average function will go through whatever cells you select and it'll average them. And I won't go into the other ones right now because we're not doing those right now. You have formatting options. You have some of the options in here look the same as in Word. So you're going to be getting an introduction to spreadsheets, which Excel calls worksheets. So for this assignment, you can use the online version, and that's the one I actually use for the tutorial. But if you want to use the regular version, that's fine. It looks very similar. And if you're on a Mac and you want to use a Mac version of Excel, that'll work also. Okay. So that's a couple of options. Or any of the Excels you can use for Excel. Now I'm going to go back to our Google Classroom here. Did I just do that whole Excel thing? Were you guys able to see that? Or did I not have that selected? I had an actual Excel document open. Did you guys see that? I'm going to check the chat here. Okay. Put on there if you saw the Excel document I just had open. Or unmute yourself and tell me if you saw it. No. Okay. That was my mistake. Okay. Well, here's the thing. It's all in the tutorial. So sorry about that. But if you go down to the tutorial, this is the tutorial right here. It's a 31-minute tutorial, and it covers all of it. So this here is a PDF of what you're going to be typing in. But here's the thing students have done wrong in the past. Someone will get the bright idea. They'll open this up. They'll figure out how to type in this text. They'll get to monthly budget, annual budget, salary. They'll start putting in these numbers from the PDF and say, oh, I'm done. No, because when you share your Excel and I click on it, first thing I'm going to do is click on here and make sure you get the right formulas or functions in there. That's mostly what I'm looking for, okay? And if you have them in there, great. That means you get full credit and you did the assignment correctly. If you just got the number in there, that doesn't mean anything. That shows me you learned nothing about Excel except how to type some text into it. So make sure that you do get in the formulas and functions. This here I just included in case somebody forgot how to download it. Maybe you're using a different computer and you don't have it on there and you want the full version, but you can use the web version for Excel. Now, I'm going to jump to the other Excel assignment just for a moment. There is a second assignment. Now, when I originally did this here tutorial, I did it last spring. I just had to use the same workbook and add 3 more sheets. But even though that's in the tutorial, and you can do it that way if you want to, I recommend maybe making a new one and just doing these 3 sheets in it. So what is this? You're going to make 3 more sheets in a workbook, whether you use a new one or the one you use for the budget. And when there's a sample here of each, so there's going to be some stuff you type in. Now, this does not have the formulas or functions that will be in the lesson. And I won't go over all these here, but there'll be lessons that go with these that should help you out okay. They're very easy assignments. Now, beside that, we got our first regular internet assignment, and it's all learning all about the internet and the World Wide Web. You have an assignment to do. You have a PDF that you're going to be using. You have a website you're going to go to. It's going to take you through there with a bunch of questions, and you're going to learn a lot of basics about the web and about the internet. Okay, so that's kind of an interactive, might be a few videos along the way in there, online introduction to the internet. Then this TED Talk, I saw this and I was thinking, no, my online students, which is everybody, because everybody's either 100% online or partially online, this might be helpful to them. There's something to think about. And it's a TED Talk about a guy who's quite humorous, and he's talking about procrastination. So being online students, whether they're half online or fully online, have to be somewhat disciplined about planning out and getting their work done. It's that simple. And people who procrastinate, and this is one of the reasons I changed due dates. I would put due dates up there sometime for Saturday or Sunday. And in my mind, I was thinking, well, students will try to get it done during the week, but if something comes up, some extenuating circumstance, they got an extra day or 2 on the weekend to finish it. Well, I started hearing complaints from parents, and the parents said, my student looks at a due date for Saturday or Sunday, and in their mind, they're thinking, I'm not even going to start it till Saturday or Sunday. So they see my due dates for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They get their assignments Monday. First thing in their head is, I have nothing to do till Friday. And they tell their parents that. Well, that's not how this was supposed to work. So I rearranged my due dates, and I have everything due by Friday, unless there's a really good reason to carry it over to the following week. So this is a TED Talk about procrastination, and that's connected to online learning and virtual learning and stuff like that. So, okay, so that's week 16. This is our last regular full week of stuff before we have a partial week next week. So next week there will still be assignments, but there won't be as many, and we'll knock them out early in the week so you don't have any over Thanksgiving. If you're making work up, which I know a number of students are, make sure as you turn things in, you want to grade it and check that you send me an email or a text. At this point in the semester, with my 4 classes, because I have an extra class, and with all the assignments we've done, there are literally hundreds of slots for assignments and students in my gradebook. So I do not have time to go digging through each student, looking through old assignments to see if they turn something in or fix something. If I don't hear anything from the student, I assume they did not. So if you do have anything that needs to be graded that you've submitted, especially going back more than 2 weeks, text me, email me, say, Mr. Rio, here's the 1 or more assignments, please check them. And if you don't hear back from me within 24 hours that they've been checked, feel free to remind me again, just in case I missed your email or missed your information, your text. So that's a number of things going on right now. We'll find out tomorrow what's going on with school. Will teachers be here Wednesday? I don't know. I'd like to be, but we'll see. And in the meantime, just keep in touch if you got questions or any problems. Okay? Okay, other than Zach, we're all done. And Zach, I'll just talk to you in a moment, okay? So take care. I'm going to stop the recording now. Zach, can you hear me?
Yep, all good.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I don't want what we're going to do to be in this recording. So I'm going to end this, and then I'm going to send you a new link in an email in about 3 minutes, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so check your email in about 3 minutes, and then I'll be back here.
All righty.
I'll set up a new one. Okay, take care. Everyone else, take care.